up. So what you can do in Customer Voice, obviously we want to click the new project. We want to click a blank one and click next. Once you're into Customer Voice, you can click create and just make a mental note here of the names of these things. So we've got survey 1. We really ought to change the title of that, so I'm going to call it rename. I'm going to call that practice treasure hunt. So in order to record the names of people and their email, what we do is we have to click send, and then you have to click customization, click distribution settings, and then set options for individual participants, and then you want only people in my organization can respond. So it's important you have that, so you record the email addresses. So in this one, what we've done, just to have a look at it, obviously you can just type the name. If we scroll down, what is the procedure at waypoint A? That's for a fire drill. And on the third one, if we just look at that, click on it, basically what we've got on this one is just an upload file. I delete that again and just delete that for a second, and then add new. And then if you look on the end here, you've got file upload. Click on that, and then what is a file? Upload an image of it. Okay, so you could do something like that, and that then you're asking them to upload the image, and then obviously that automatically saves, and you're ready for the next part on that. Now, having put all your questions in, what you've then got to do is you have got to customize it. This is where you really need to be careful to make sure we get it right. And what we do is we go into customization. We're then going to do a thing called personalization, and we're going to add a variable. And what we're going to do is just give that a name, section. This is pretty much the same for all of them. So if you did section and you put name, that will do everything you need to do on that part. So section and name. We're just going to use the section to go to question 1, question 2, etc. So we save that, one variable added, and then we'll close that. And then we go to this thing called advanced logic and use advanced logic. Now, on rule 1, and these are all very similar, but you've just got to follow this procedure. So rule 1, the condition is that the survey variable is equal to section, and it's equal to 1. So that's number 1. We're actually basically telling it, can you take it to question 1? And then we're going to add a condition. If it's true, if that is true, we're going to ask it to show the question which says, what's the name of your group? Okay, and if it's false, we're going to put a little question in here, add action. If false, hide, and it's just the reverse of the one above, hide question, what is the name of your group? So we're just going to get that. If it's on that one, it's going to show it, or if it's not true, it's not going to show it. Save that. Let's go for add a new rule, and then we'll call this rule 2, and we'll add a condition, and again survey variable is section equal to number 2. Okay, and then if it's true, add an action, show it if the question, and it is what is the procedure at point A. And then again, same thing again, or don't show it or hide it. Okay, hide if the question, what is the procedure? So on one you're showing it, on the other one you're hiding if it's false. Save that. We just got one more to do. New rule, we're going to pick rule 3. Okay, and we're going to add a condition. And we're going to survey variable is equal to section number 3. True. If it's true, add action. We're going to show the question is take an image of the health and safety sign at point A. And if they're not there, we're going to say false and hide if the question is equal to take an image of the health and safety sign at point A. Save it. So now you've done your bit of programming, and we'll come out of that. We'll close it down. We've done all that. So there's our 3 questions. And now what we're going to do is we're going to get some QR codes and to add them to the waypoints. Let's just at the next step, which is creating the QR codes, which will send the questions one at a time to your phone. So what we do is we click on the send button. You're then going to click on link, and you're going to copy the link. Then what we do is we open up a new plus and we paste the link into there, hit return. Very important to hit return. So obviously that will take you to your question. Okay, so that's there. And then what we're going to do is we grab that URL code, copy it, and then I'm going to go to a piece of software which is this QR code generator, which will get you sent, and you paste it in the URL, and you can see it will create a QR code. That's a general one, and then we'll put number 1 in there, and that will create a QR code. See, it's slightly changed. So for question 1, that's the QR code. So what we want to do is to save that. So we'll copy image for now, and I'll just open up something like PowerPoint. Now, it's very important when you do this that you remember which is which, because it's very easy to get these QR codes all muddled up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go layout that. Oh, sorry, layout. Let's just do that one, and I'm just going to paste it in there. So that's my QR code, and that is question 1. I called it alarmed on my first one. So that's number 1, and then new slide, and then we'll go to our little link here and type number 2. Hit create QR code. See, it's slightly changed. Right, copy image back into PowerPoint, and then Control V. And so actually the first one, my mistake, actually the first one is what's your name, isn't it? Name. And then the second one is the drill. Okay, I'll call it that, and then I'll put new slide, and the third one is image drill. So now's the moment of truth, and we can all have a little test. So if you'd like to take your phones and have a go and scan the QR code, okay, so what you can do is just grab that and see what happens, okay, when you scan it. So if you scan that now, that should take you, should scan, and then you can go in and browse the website. Depends how sophisticated your phone is. Mine, I have to click browse website afterwards, and that should come up with the names of your group. Okay, type in the names if you'd like to just type your name into there. Okay, I'm going to just put mine in. Okay, and then click submit. All right, and then we'll go on to number 2. So number 2 is the drill. So again, let's say we've used our map, we've walked along to number 2 point, so we get our cameras out and we scan that. Click on the browse website. And this one is asking, what is the procedure at waypoint A? So this is just a fire drill. So if you just want to type something in just for move to fire assembly point or whatever it is, or nearest fire assembly point, drop that in and then click submit. Okay, and then we'll go to number 3 and we'll have a look at that one, see what that one comes up with. And it should obviously take us to the image that we've got to upload. So looking at question 3, we have take an image of the health and safety sign at point A. Okay, now obviously we're not at that point, but if you'd just like to upload a file on your phones, and you could choose an action. I'll click camera, and I'm just going to take a photograph of, you can take a photograph of your Christmas tree or whatever you've got nearby. I'll take a photograph there, and we'll OK, and hopefully we can submit that. And so that is really the next stage. So basically they're sending in information. Now the good thing is we should be able to collect all this data. And what I'm going to do now is to show you where you can collect it. Now it's a little bit of a funny one, this one, but it will have come in as your latest project, and mine's project 12. So I'm going to just change that, rename it, if it'll let me. Just click on that, didn't want it to do that. So I'm going to click on all projects. It's coming as the top one. I'm going to rename that as practice. So customer voice exports it into Excel, and you can see here it records the email, name, what's the procedure, and then any other information. Now it won't record the images there. I'll show you where we find the images in just a second. But you can see the answers to the questions, and if you've got more than one group, you can just click on here and just A to Z filter, so you've got all the answers from one particular group all together, so you can analyze it. Obviously if you've got maths, you've got sort of statistics, it will make fancy graphs and all sorts of things for you in customer voice, but that's the basic thing. Let's have a look at where we find the other bit of information now. So what we need to do is we go up to here and we open up forms. It saves them in forms, which is a little bit unusual. Then what you have to do, when we got into your forms, I'm going to type practice because that was to search for it. Hit return. And you can see practice treasure hunt has come up in OneDrive. So we'll click on that and see if there are any responses. So 27 minutes ago there was. We'll click on that and we've got an item there. Click on that and let's see what has happened. And there you go. So it's got the image. So they could have a series of images up there from that group and you could record it. So basically you could use Google Earth on its own and to create a game using Google Earth, so that would be one way of doing it. You can use customer voice in tangent with that, or on its own with just another kind of map to collect information, and you can be in the classroom collecting that data. So it can make quite an interesting game. Takes a little bit getting used to, one or two glitches, but you can have some fun searching for any items about the college, or for me it would be trees, but you might be doing brickwork bonds, you might be doing places of interest, any information at all really. Might be in a library looking for different books in different places. So there we go. I think that's about it. So any problems, give me a shout. I'm going to put the videos all on the channel. Okay, so all the best with this.